Hello, this is Herb Owen, and in the next 10 minutes you're going to learn the Greek alphabet. And no, I'm not joking. You may find it easier than you thought. You already know some of the letters, and some look just like they're similar letters in English, like the first one, alpha. The capital is on the left and the lowercase is on the right. This is how you write it, alpha, and that's how it's printed, alpha. Next is beta. There's the capital, and the lowercase has the sort of curly Q way of making the letter. This is how you write it, beta. And then when it's printed, it looks like this. So we have alpha, beta. Now the third letter is gamma. Say it, gamma. The capital looks like the F with the middle nose missing. The lowercase looks like a lowercase y, but that's actually gamma. Gamma with a G sound, gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma. Then delta. You may have heard about delta, maybe with a delta wing aircraft shaped like that. The upper case on the left, and then the lower case on the right is sort of a D with a little curly Q on the end of it, whatever you call it. Then epsilon. There's the capital, and here's the lowercase. Epsilon. It's the E sound, just like in English. Epsilon. Now next, this will surprise you, it's zeta. Now in English, our Z sound comes at the end, but in Greek, that's what's next. Zeta, the capital and the lowercase has that curly way of writing it. You start with the curl up top, then bring it down and squeeze it over. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta. Zeta. Now the next one may confuse you. It's eta, but the capital looks like our capital H, and the lowercase looks like our lowercase n. So you've got to learn this one. This is eta, with an A sound, like in the word eight. Eta. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta. And the next one is theta. You've probably seen this somewhere. It's like an O with a line across it. Theta. This is how you write it. And when it's printed, it looks like this. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta. And next is the I sound, but in Greek, it's iota, iota. And there's the uppercase and the lowercase is sort of the same. It sort of looks like the English I. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota. And the next one has the K sound, but it's not a K, it's kappa. There's the uppercase and the lowercase. Now, that printed kappa may be confusing, but you can write it just like this. Kappa, kappa. The next letter is lambda. It's the L sound. The capital points straight up. It looks like this. It's like an A without the crossbar. And the lowercase lambda has the same thing, but it's smaller with the head going off to the left. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, L. Now in English, the next sound after L is M, and in Greek it's mu. The uppercase looks like our M, but the lowercase, you come from the bottom, you swerve around and go off to the right. Mu. Practice writing that. You're going to need that. Mu. Now the next letter is not N, but in Greek it's nu. Nu. That is the Greek N sound. Nu. The uppercase looks like an N, but the lowercase looks like our lowercase V. But that is a lowercase nu. Mu, nu. It has the N sound like in no. Nu. Now here's one you've never seen, Kasi. It's like our X sound. That's the capital on the left and the lowercase on the right. 3 lines to write it, and the lowercase, you swirl it around like that. Kasi. Kasi. Like in the word Exodus or excitement. Then our next letter has the O sound, omicron. Omicron. Now, this suggests O is in obey. I don't want you to say it that way. I want you to say Omicron, like O is in bot. Omicron, Omicron. Now, you've seen this as pi, like pi r squared, but when we're in Greek, we pronounce it P, just like our English P. And the uppercase and the lowercase look very similar. P, not pi, but P. Now, the next one is the other one that may confuse you. That is not a P, that is the Greek letter rho, which is the R sound. That's the capital on the left, write it like this, and the lowercase comes from under the line like that. Rho, rho, not P, but rho, rho. The next letter is a sigma. Now, sigma has two lowercases. The one in the middle is how you see it in the middle of the word with that O with the thing going off. And the one at the end, sort of a sweeping C with the line curving under, that's how you see the sigma at the end of a word. Sigma. And that's the capital sigma on the left. Sigma. Then tau, which is like our T. Tau. Say it. Tau. Tau. The T sound. Tau. Tau. Then upsilon, which is like our U. The capital looks sort of strange to us, and the lowercase looks like a lowercase u to us. But the capital, you sort of go down and up, and the lowercase looks like our English u. Upsilon. Then phi. You may have heard this pronounced phi, but in Greek we say phi. The uppercase and the lowercase look very similar, especially when you write them. Phi. Now the next one is going to look like our X, but it's not an X at all. It's key. Key. It has a k sound like in Bach, the composer. Key. Upper and lowercase look very similar. Now the next letter we don't have in English. It's psi. Say it. It's coming psi. Like in the word Pepsi. Psi. It has a PS sound, and the uppercase and the lowercase look very similar. Psi. Like a pitchfork, I guess. Psi. And the last letter you've heard of, I'm sure, is omega. Omega. The upper class you'll see looks like a horseshoe to me. The lowercase looks like a lowercase w in English. But that's omega. That's how you write them. So alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, chi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, phi, chi, psi, omega. That's the whole alphabet. Hope you've got them. Practice again.